Hello and welcome to our podcast about our experience at IFUS in Barcelona in November 2017. My name is Michael Samet Jung and
My name is Chantal Ocon. So, okay, now, could you introduce yourself real quick and tell us how you ended up at the IFUS conference in Barcelona last year?
of course I'm 21 years old and I'm now a student at the University of Augsburg. Since 2013 I'm working as a volunteer at the Heroes Project, and our fight is against inequality between women and men and violence under the name of honor. We're about 13 young guys who all have a migration history in their family. For example, my mother comes from Turkey, my father is German, and we are going to schools in Augsburg and giving workshops and talk with the people about honor, violence, religion, and we want to show them what they can think about their own traditions, and our aim is life without violence and without inequality in Germany. And how about you, Chantal?
I got to travel to Barcelona because I was doing an internship at the city of Augsburg at the prevention committee, and I work with young adults, so I got to travel to the conference.
Okay, nice. Sounds very interesting. And to sum up, what was your most memorable experience during the days in Barcelona, during the IFUS convention, and what you've learned?
My most memorable experience would probably be the lunch debate, where we got to meet other European teenagers and we got to talk about what we are doing in our home cities, prevention-wise. It was very interesting. The teenagers from the Netherlands, for example, talked about their projects where they try to better the relationship between the police and the youth in their city, which I have never heard before, so I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah, that was a really nice experience also for me. Could you explain what is a lunch debate briefly for our listeners?
Of course, a lunch debate is a meetup where you have food and during that talk about or communicate with other young European teenagers just to get in contact and share some experiences.
Yeah, I can admit it was a very nice atmosphere, very cool, and all the other teenagers were about the same age and we had the same interests, so it was a nice possibility to get in contact with other teenagers all over Europe, and yeah, we're still friends. We created a group at WhatsApp, and now we have a lot of contacts in various cities in all over Europe, and it's pretty cool.
Yes, I would agree with that. It's really nice to still have the opportunity to talk to each other. So we were able to choose between workshops and field trips, and I think I remember you went on a field trip.
Yeah, exactly. We went to the Camp Nou, the stadium from the football club in Barcelona, FC Barcelona. And for me as a great fan, it was a unique experience, and I have a lot of memories there. We visited with our group, and at the stadium they show us the security system during the matches, during the games, and how they prevent crime near and around the stadium, and it was very, very interesting. You have to imagine that at one game there are about 19,000 fans at the stadium, and they're all supporting it. Under them, there are also ultras and hooligans who are only there to make some trouble, and especially at the Champions League games, they have other security, and there's a lot of police, and they have shown us the system behind the security there. So it was very, very interesting.
That sounds very interesting. So would you say that that was an experience where you've learned more about FC Barcelona?
Yeah, now I have a other point of view. When I go to the stadium, before I was only a fan, and now I see all the management behind the game, and there's a lot of people behind this who are only working for this and working for our security. And now to sum up this podcast, what is your general conclusion about your trip to Barcelona to the EFUS convention?
Well, I think looking back now, it was very impressive to see that so many European cities do a lot of prevention work and networking. So I think organizing these conventions is really important to keep our city safe and to create a better life for most people in big cities and even small cities.
Yeah, this was our podcast, and thank you for listening. And I hope also other teenagers will have the opportunity to work for the prevention for crimes and for the security in European cities.
Thank you for listening, and we really hope you enjoyed our small podcast.
Bye.
Bye.